Hi, this is Adirondack Guy, and this is part two of why upstate New York or New Amsterdam needs to secede from New York City. Okay, well, to explain this reason, I have to explain something else. Upstate New York used to have a great economy. In fact, or New Amsterdam. And New Amsterdam's economy was so great that our money would be sent to Albany and to New York City to help them become even greater. And if you don't believe me, there are a lot of people who worked for the state who can testify to this. Things have changed. Upstate New York is no longer uh, a strong enough economy to take care of themselves. And now we are relying on New York City to send money our way to help us, to help support us up here in New Amsterdam. Now, this is not good at all. Not only is it not good because our economy sucks, but it's worse when you need New York City to send money to you to help you out. And I'll explain why. These are many reasons in this video why we should not rely on New York City. The number one reason on this video is because what happens, well, we become lazy. Up here in New Amsterdam, we'll become so lazy that we won't even care about jobs in our economy. We are getting the money from New York City, so who gives a care? You're saying, well, that's ridiculous. That sounds absolutely ridiculous. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not ridiculous at all. We'll become like a child who's been raised in the family and who's been given everything. And then by the time he grows up, he's going to probably stick living in the basement with his parents. And that will be what will be happening here. We become so reliable on New York City and their economy that, we'll do whatever they say. And that comes to number two. New York City will have more control on how we live our lives up here. Not only do they now have all that power within the votes because of the population of New York City, but keep in mind that whoever controls the money controls the way you live. If you're getting money from someone else, they have every right and say of how that money should be spent. And keep in mind, New York City controls Albany because of the votes. So they have every reason of how you're going to have your children educated, how well your roads are going to be taken care of, not that they're good enough now, on how your lifestyle should be up here. So, and we're going to be like, okay. Another reason why New York City we should not rely on New York City here in New Amsterdam is because of what if during wartime happens? Keep in mind, one of the major cities that's going to be destroyed during wartime will be New York City. Our enemies know exactly what to target. The number one target will not be Washington, D.C. It will be New York City. And so as a result of this, if we totally rely on New York City, when they fall, we fall. We need to become independent. We need to rely on ourselves up here in New Amsterdam. We need to rebuild our economy. That's why we need to secede, or at least become our own region here in New York State. Another reason why we need to secede now, become a region now, is because of fear of the future generations. You see, New York City is a tool used by people of the far left to brainwash our children into being lazy already. I mean, the younger generation, many of them don't care. Now, I have been seeing glimpses of positiveness in our younger generation. But again, they have a whole mindset that is not very conservative. when you give, our children are raised up in iPhones, they're raised up in modern technology. They're now slaves of the government. And they're now voting in a way that are allowing the government to provide everything for them. We need to separate ourselves from New York City to become our own government so that we can raise the children of the future generation the way that they should be raised, so that they do not rely on the government. The government will be limited in power and in influence of our families. So these are many reasons why we need to separate from New York City, why upstate New York or New Amsterdam, New York City, and Long Island, all three of us need to be divided and become our own governments under one state, or to be totally seceded into different states altogether. Because there's a great danger of allowing New York City to make all the decisions for us. It's very dangerous for our future generations. We will become slaves of the government, and we won't even know it. And that's the scary part. We won't even know it. Okay. Well, I have enough to say, but this was part 2. And if you have any of your views, hey, comment below. I'm cool with that. And if I don't like your comment, I'll delete it. I can do that. So, yeah. All right. Thank you very much. See you out.